But yeah, I think that was like such a stupidly long, like drawn out tangent for an intro that I'm just gonna like really quickly recap what we've just been saying and then hit play because like, I'm gonna put this on YouTube and my editor is tonsillitis and he probably doesn't want to go through all that and pick out the relevant information. We'll try and get it all in one go. So yes, thank you Turtle for joining me. It's gonna be really interesting to hear your insights on your own team, who you're
Yep. G2 is the greatest team in North America.
Kurnovi best player. Yep.
Yep.
Rizzo best dancer. There's so many accolades.
Oh, that's 100%. That's actually that dude. No way, he's not the best. I couldn't even do that. Like, he was actually so smooth about the way he danced. It was something about it.
He said that he just looked to the front row and somebody was doing that and he copied the guy and he just did it back.
How original.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed now.
But it works really well. I was pretty happy. But yeah, this is Gale Force G2 upper quarter final from RLCS Season 4. Let's see what there is to see. It looks like we got the Shogun Quinn Lobdell. Twitch, let me know about the volume, by the way, if you want louder. I don't have it too loud in the background.
You know, like what?
I put the volume a little bit up there, not too much though.
Right. So did it? I'm on the right time with you. Like it just switched to Shogun and Quinn, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, this will be perfectly synced. It's incredible production value we got here. Louder. Okay, yeah. This is why I waited. Alright, so we got 4 miniature water bottles for G2. That is thirsty. Last series they only had 1, I believe. Now they've got 4. So they've quadrupled their liquid intake.
That was the problem. They had to go to the bathroom at the end of the series.
They decided, hey, let's bring 4 water bottles. We only had 1 against Chiefs, so we didn't play very well. We're bringing 4 to the table this time. Was it Kurnovi or Rizzo? Rizzo's got 2. He's got 1 for his mouse hand and 1 for his keyboard hand. He's gonna be like,
every time, yeah.
Chugging. Both hands. Yeah, K-Dop just looks so focused. He's like an assassin.
He's so funny in the hat. He's wearing like an Air Jordan hat too. He's like stunting on everybody, bro.
He's just ready, dude.
Yep.
But this, I believe, was the 5th series of day 1. The 5th one out of 6. We've already seen both of the Aussie teams lose. We saw NRG lose to Method, and then PSG. No, not PSG. We saw Ghost beat Mocket. So this is the 5th series of the day, and EU and NA are currently 1-1 in score for series at this point. Yeah, just to like put it in perspective. And K-Dot with a whiff.
Oh,
what is this?
K-Dot always seems like the shakiest player in Gale Force. He's either like their winning factor or, you know, just a little bit of a slip up. At least that's what it seems like.
In defense, at least, I'd never see him miss a shot, but like defense, he sometimes beans it. It's quite interesting. But the thing about like K-Dop is he's just like such a bully. Like he just looks so solid, and his car looks to me every time he's playing like it's a like heavier car than everybody else's.
Yeah, you just can't stop the K-Dop.
Yeah. Is there anyone in NA that you run into and you feel like that playing against him?
I mean, probably Garrett, honestly. It just feels like every hit he like has or every contest is just usually like really solid no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I think that comes down to decision making. It's not really like their mechanics. It's just like they decide and are super like non-hesitant about everything they do. And when you do that, you basically win every challenge you go for because it's like the right decision.
Yeah. No doubt. I was so glad to see Turbo not playing the Skyline as well. I was like, thank goodness it's a triple octane. What do you think?
I was wondering about that.
What do you think about Skyline? Because I've heard a lot of different opinions about it. But
I like it, but like it just feels not as like sturdy or as consistent as the octane. I feel like that's like every car though.
Yeah.
It's like I can hit clangers with it, but it's also just kind of awkward on the sides. Like if you hit it right in the front, I feel like it's really nice, but everything else is just so weird.
Yeah. And I was talking to Snasky about Chiefs G2 because I'm not going to review every series this year. Just you know, dog time slash.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, there's just so many. Can't really. I'm not really feeling it. Don't feel like doing every single series. So this is like the second one that I've done. But Snasky was saying that G2 versus Chiefs, it was just like boomers. Game 1 was just both teams booming the ball, like every single touch, just randomly. Random boomers is how he described it. And it's kind of what we see here. Like, do you find that like that can happen quite a lot in game ones?
Especially at LAN, that's whenever you're nervous, you don't even care about how you're hitting it, you just want to hit it.
Yeah.
That's what I've kind of come to notice. So like whenever you're going for a clear, you don't care where it goes, as long as you smash it, you've done your job.
Yeah.
And I think whoever at LAN, like in the series, can like calm down and actually make the right decisions first is gonna be the winner.
Yeah.
That's usually what it comes down to. Like whenever I see people go for dribbles and dribbling out of defense, I think to myself like that guy is actually thinking about what's going on.
Yeah.
And he's aware at least, because that's like a huge sign.
Yeah, there we go. Violent Panda makes a touch, and look what happens. That's pretty sick. Like this is honestly the first play of the game, which is really calculated. Violent Panda doesn't just boom that. He realizes he's got time to like control it and then look for a pass. And Turbo with the open net. That's like a sick pass by Panda though, because of how good his first touch was. He just did exactly what he said. He noticed he had time to dribble.
It's just about the awareness.
What do you do in threes? So if like you know in threes people are always going to rush you from every angle. You have no time. You have so little time. So what's the solution? Because I know a lot of people want to learn how to dribble in threes and they just can't because they're not fast enough. So is it just like a keep trying thing, or is there a secret?
I think it's like where you position yourself on the field for passes. Like it's actually kind of easy to. It's like I used to play soccer a lot, and the key was to make runs that were basically in a clear space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look for space.
So I feel like you can take that concept into like car soccer essentially.
Yeah. So
when you receive passes, you actually have a lot of space around you, and if you move into that area, you're gonna know. So then you can just go for a dribble there.
Yeah.
The people who don't look for those, clear spaces, that are just gonna panic and clear the ball a lot.
That's really interesting to say that. I really do think that players who did sports have an advantage in Rocket League.
I feel like it definitely helped me more at the beginning than at the end, because at the end it was just like everybody kind of knew what they were doing and it was just mechanics. Yeah, but at the beginning I feel like positioning early on, like if you're at a lower skill level, if you know how to position yourself, you're going to be far like superior than everybody else you're playing, even if you can't hit the ball the same.
Although, have you ever heard people say so many newbies in Rocket League, they just refuse to use ball cam? That's a really good shot, by the way.
That was.
They just refuse to use ball cam because they're like, oh no, I play sports, so I just know like where the ball is going to be. And I'm like, no, you don't. Use ball cam, please. Like in sports, you don't run around with your head glued forward, your eyes glued forward in fixed position. That's not how you.
Yeah, you're always actually looking at the ball.
Around.
I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense.
You're pivoting and looking around all the time. But I've heard that so much from new players. They're like, oh no, I'm just more comfortable playing without with ball cam off because I play sports. Like I've heard that analogy be made.
Really?
It doesn't make
I've
sense.
also heard the opposite. Some people are like only wanting to use ball cam.
Yeah. I think they go through when people realize how good ball cam is, they just like, oh well, I'm just gonna be lazy and leave it on.
Then they stick on it.
Yeah, they want to be able to play every situation with it on just because they're lazy and they don't want to have to push another button on their
When
controller.
you start out, it's just you want to be free. You don't want to be like binded by the ball cam.
Yeah, like even a pro player, K-Dop is one of the players who uses ball cam the most, and he's insanely good at 1v1. And really good at dribbling despite being so ball cam focused. I don't know how he does it to this day. It's ridiculous. He'll just be, ball cam on, carrying it through the midfield, and then like perfectly flick it top corner.
He must know the field like so well then.
Yeah.
Because the only reason I take off ball cam is to like reposition myself. Because it kind of like distorts your perspective a little bit when you have ball cam on, it feels like. So I usually just take it off. I'm repositioning or like grabbing boost.
Yeah.
So he'd probably just
do you use it for dribbling?
Perfectly. Sometimes actually. I think I use no ball cam more than ball cam for dribbling, to be honest.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The no ball cam, I still think, even though I've seen players do well without it, I think it's still better. Like they're less consistent. K-Dop is less consistent with his ball cam dribbling than other players.
I think it's easier to see like where the ball is on your car whenever you don't have ball cam on.
I would say that the one situation I've really spotted ball cam being useful is if you're dribbling like across the field instead of like usually players will dribble at their opponent's goal, right? And they're looking for the pop. But sometimes you'll dribble like across the field, and then if your opponent's in their net, you can't see them because your camera's looking forward. So then if you put the ball on the left side of your car, dribbling across the field left to right, and turn on ball cam, the camera's looking left and you can see the opponent. That's the one time that I think it makes sense, for me at least. Besides just like you said, comfort. Sometimes you just don't want to get that disorientation, the jerk, where your camera just doesn't make sense for that moment.
Like if you have ball cam on, whenever the ball gets like pinched in 50-50s, your entire camera just kind of spazzes out.
True, yeah.
Just tries to follow the ball.
It's so confusing. When to use ball cam or not during air dribbles? I would say just use it. Full stop during air dribbles. Unless you're like starting an air dribble, you might want to start off with ball cam off, then switch it on.
Yeah, I've done that before, honestly. I think the next match in the series is like really the most important.
Game 2.
Gale Force just won. Yeah, game 2 is always the most important.
People will tell you otherwise.
Pain.
Oh
Holy.
yeah. People will tell you otherwise. People will say that, oh no, look, statistically, the game 1 is most important, but that's just because of sweeps and stuff. They like sway the statistics. Game 2 is like huge.
Well, I feel like it's like if game 2, if you win it, that means you're still in it. In my eyes, you know what I mean?
Because reverse sweeping is so hard.
You're down 2-0. You're literally looking at a mountain. Literally looking at Kronovi.
I knew you were gonna say that. Literally looking at Kronovi. That's 1-0 already. And I want to wait. I tried to rewind, but it didn't work. This is something I was talking about with Snasky. Like kickoff goals, they shouldn't really happen, but in Rocket League. But somehow G2 have managed to.
That was kind of an unfortunate challenge from Kronovi, though.
Do you think it's a necessary challenge? Like this is the challenge that doesn't need to happen, right? This is what Snasky was saying. Like there shouldn't be.
Yeah, I feel like
an
if
isolation.
Kronovi didn't go for that, there wasn't a chance of that happening. Obviously,
like Turbo's probably not gonna score this. He would force Turbo to take a touch, right? If he doesn't challenge, Turbo like just flips into it because.
Well, if Kronovi didn't go for it, it would have popped up onto the backboard, and I feel like Rizzo would have been there just to follow it clear.
There's just an isolation. This is what I call in Rocket League an isolated challenge. Kronovi's all by himself. Like usually here, Gale Force are gonna have the next play, right? Because Kronovi, there's nobody like following up on Kronovi close. JNaps just went to get boost, and he's like, oh, never mind. We have to back it up here because it froze. But yeah, JNaps is miles away. Whereas Violent Panda is right behind. So if you have a kickoff that can happen, you're probably you need a new kickoff.
There's actually a lot of like teams that don't use kickoff strategies anymore. Like Rogue, when I was on Rogue, we only started doing it towards the end of season 3. Because like we just noted we got kickoff goal, especially against NRG, because they were like the first ones to do kickoff strategies. Really,
they're good at that.
Holy, we would get scored every time off of kickoffs. It's so annoying.
Oh, JNaps, that's weird. JNaps so rarely whiffs. Maybe he's feeling the pressure at this point. What do you think? JNaps, like as a LAN player up until this LAN, I don't think I'd had that performance, a really standout performance that we'd seen from other players like Squishy and Garrett.
I mean, when you say that, it's like people are always going to be like, oh, well, he just didn't have the option to carry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I agree. I feel like...
I think he does, like...
I mean, I thought he played well this LAN, though. 100%.
Oh, yeah, this was his one. But
this is the LAN that he really popped off.
Day 1, I wasn't impressed, though. Like, the game against... Or the series against Chiefs and this one, I didn't think JNaps was playing well at all. And then it goes... Like, a lot of people would just say, oh, JNaps is struggling to carry. Do Kronovi and Rizzo need to give him more space, let him do his thing? And I'm like, well, not really. He just needs to play better. He's just not hitting the ball very well. He's not doing his thing.
I mean, that's kind of what happens if you have like a quote-unquote team carry.
Yeah.
That happened a lot. That happened a lot on Exodus. It was just like everything was Garrett.
Oh, yeah, it was
you know what I mean?
Garrett.
So if he wasn't playing well, it was just like it wasn't ever anybody's fault but like mine and Moses, which is unfortunate. But
yeah, it's kind of weird that players or people, like fans especially, are totally okay with JNaps having a bad day. Just because he, has carried them before. So if he plays bad, they're like, oh well, whatever. Yeah, he's already earned his right to play bad,
to fail,
as if it's like a collective thing. It's like how much we rate people. It's not really collective in that way, in my opinion. You can't just.
I think that's like the annoying thing about esports, though, especially being on the team as well. Oh man, like every time it's honestly like really annoying. Like every time we'd lose, even if Garrett wasn't playing like the best, Moses and I would still feel like garbage. I just don't think it was possible not to. You know what I mean? Because you have everybody who's like, oh, they have literally like the greatest player in NA on their team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we lost, so that means obviously we played bad.
It's an easy meme to bring up as well. If you do have a team like G2 lose and JNaps plays badly, people will be like, look at G2 when JNaps doesn't show up. And it just...
and then they blame Rizzo and Kronovi still. So what are you going to do?
Even though it's like that shouldn't really be the go-to. I mean, I've gone there before, just more like a meme. I never really... try to. I usually just say that kind of thing to trigger fans more than anything else, because triggering fans is pretty fun. But yeah, it's never like it should never be a serious analytical point. I don't think, or at least not as like the reason why a team lost. It's like, oh well, yeah, it's time that JNaps got new teammates. It's absolutely not the case. I think these guys are pretty good.
I really want like players on the analyst desk like soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've always wanted that. Like if SPL was to go on the analyst desk, that'd be really awesome.
Oh yeah, love me some weeps.
I don't know. That perspective is so essential because I feel like what we just talked about, like the JNAPS thing, like every analyst brings that up.
They do.
After every
they do.
G2 series.
They actually
and
do.
And like, I don't blame them for it, but it's like, it's also just really frustrating because if a player was on the desk, you look at it as a team. You don't look at it like who's the star player, who does everybody want to hear us talk about. You know what I mean? That's all that most analysts are thinking, which is frustrating.
Yeah, they're just pushing a story, which is obviously necessary, but sometimes you can do it a little bit too much. You actually just need to look at what the information is in front of you instead of trying to make the information fit the story that you're trying to push. Because the way that I try and do story, or tell stories with casting and analyzing, is I just try and be as honest as possible with the information that I see, and then think, okay, what is the story that I'm telling, and then that's what I'll do. Rather than be, oh man, it would be really cool if JNAPS pops off this series, then that'll be a cool story. JNAPS, he's finally at his LAN appearance, and you're looking for that pop off, and then he doesn't. And you're like, oh man, okay, I talked about JNAPS popping off. Now I've got to talk about
how it didn't happen.
Yeah, you got to talk about how it didn't happen, and come up with an excuse to why it didn't happen, which is really silly. Maybe there were much better talking points. This whole game, though, by the way, just like Gale Force are starving G2. G2 are like, every time they're taking shots, they've got like such little boost. If you look,
they're taking shots from so far away as well.
It's like no boost.
Yeah,
it's so hard for G2. I think that time Kronovi finally managed to beat Kid up to a back boost, but it sucks playing. It sucks playing against people like Gale Force. They're bullies. They just take all your boosts. And they're intercepting a lot of passes. They've figured out that G2 are just going for infield passes. Let's just intercept those passes. What do you think G2 could have done this game better to try and actually have a meaningful chance on net? Because most of their shots were although maybe they could have scored a shot if it was like a zinger top corner. It was mostly, from what I could see, just infield pass, shot, save. That was the game, like non-stop.
I think the thing about Gale Force is that it's really hard to take quality shots against them. So like, the fact that their defense is so strong, at least in my experience of playing them, I played them against, I think it was, what was it, DreamHack or whatever.
Oh yeah, you did. Semis.
Their defense is always nutty. So like, you get really frustrated and you end up just wanting to hit everything you can at their net because you feel like it's impossible to score a goal. And I feel like that's where teams struggle, is to like just take their time and only take quality shots, which is like really hard. But it's like, once you do that against Gale Force, I think you actually have a winning chance.
Yeah. It's a very common thing that I bring up in my 1v1 casts, where a player has to play the clock as well as his opponent. So if you're 4 goals down with a minute left, you probably just have to take every shot from that moment onwards, even if you don't think it's going in most of the time.
Yeah.
Because if you just play the contain game, the boost starve game, you're going to take 30 or 40 seconds to score on average.
Right.
Rather than just
like,
let's just take the shot.
That whole series.
Yeah, these guys are 1 goal down. That's
that's
the point I was going to make. Is like, you're absolutely spot on. They didn't need to be taking these low quality shots. They could have maybe looked for better opportunities. It's hard though, because Gale Force don't give you many looks, so easy to feel the pressure and be like, oh, this might be our chance. This is my moment.
Yeah, like as soon as you see any like spot in the goal, you think to shoot.
You're like, oh, if I top corner this is going to be an easy goal. Then you hit it right down the middle. You're like, well then.
Yeah, exactly.
Wish I passed the ball. I wish I didn't hit it at the goalkeeper. Yeah, this is pretty much what I expected. I thought Gale Force would start pretty strong, and G2 are going to have a hard time. Get Turtle to look at his Twitter DMs. I'm sure he will, eventually. I mean, do you have your DMs open?
Yeah, oh, unfortunately.
Yeah, same. It's a misplay.
A little bit risky.
It's a misplay.
I like it, but I also hate at the same time.
Yeah, some people just write the dumbest DMs.
Yeah, then, holy.
But, yeah, if you usually, I mean, most of the pros I talk to, if I ask them, hey, what do you do if your infield passes aren't working, they'll be like, backboard. What do you do if your backboard shots aren't working? Infield pass. So, if infield passes weren't working this game for G2, they've got to try and hit the backboard more. That's the key.
Yeah.
And Gale Force, unfortunately, are pretty smart. They're unlikely to get caught out by that. Did he steal Turbo Pulse's? Wait, did JNAPS just steal Turbo Pulse's celebration? That's just a huge misplay by Violent Panda. Beamed that clear.
Somebody missed the boost. I didn't see who it was, but
let's back it up. This
should be a
right there. Clear.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and Turbo. Did Turbo get bumped? Or did... This is such a weird interaction. Look at Kronovi and Turbo. What happened?
Good gingerly is nice for the
What happens with Kronovi and Turbo here?
RLCS fans, but these aren't the viewers that Unicorn to be won over for our
Did he like miss him and then jump? Because it looked like he got pushed forward almost.
Are you seeing
Kronovi.
this?
I don't know. It's so weird.
Guys,
What?
do you see
Casting
this?
choices are, or should be, done to attract new fans, and
Hold
having
up, I need to
smooth
see this
casting
again.
helps with it more
I don't
than
understand what I'm looking
joyful
at.
Hold
from
on.
people who are
Solo
awkward in
Nidai.
front of the camera, like Karma and Espion. My thoughts.
Oh. Yeah, C Savage, thanks for 500 bits. I'll remember to go back to those points at the end of this. So if you're here, or if you're not here, remember to check out the VOD or the video. So we'll answer those. I just want to... Hold on a second. I've just realized the genius of what I've just done. Are you hearing the casting?
What? Oh no.
Oh, Kronovi just drove straight past him. It's just I'm pretty sure what happened here is just the camera panned up to follow the shot at the exact moment that Kronovi is passing Turbo, and it looked like they swapped places. But really, he just missed.
Yeah.
He missed. Kronovi with a sick...
It looked like
demo.
he grazed the side of him just
Yeah.
barely.
Newash, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate you.
That's so weird.
Boomer should join.
That looked
Game
weird, though. I
Force.
had to look back at that. Apologies, guys. We're getting a bit screwed over by the distortion of the camera. The camera right after a goal gets scored, I'm pretty sure it does something weird with FOV and distance. It's like the distance rapidly increases while the FOV decreases, and it makes it look weird. I don't know. It's a film.
That
filmmaker
shot
thing.
alone is so awkward. I didn't even like the perspective was so weird.
Oh, that's a sick touch by Kronovi.
Yeah, that was a really good touch.
Oh. But yeah, that touch from Crow is really good. They're a super aggressive team. That's Violent Panda going forward from third man.
Oh,
That's why they get roasted here. Violent Panda is so aggressive here. He's the last man and he's up for this. I don't like that, personally. It is their series to lose at this point, though. But if you look where Violent Panda comes from...
I think he was hoping that Turbo would just be back faster somehow, but he literally just went for the ball.
Turbo and Kate up are way out of the game. This is just like Panda trying to catch out G2 with some aggressive play, but gets punished by JNaps and Kronovi.
I think he was trying to respond early with the goal.
Did Kronovi hit
But
the
they just
ceiling
got
with this
scored
pass? If Kronovi hit the ceiling with this pass, that's pretty cool. Let's take another look. He did. That is so smart by Kronovi.
Ooh.
That's really, really clever. What do you think about that, hitting the ceiling deliberately with aerials? Because this is pretty rare still.
I think in that situation, he's trying mainly to beat him, and then if he hits the ceiling, that makes it a pass as well.
Yeah.
So it's basically killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Because if he doesn't hit the ceiling, it's more likely to get blocked by Panda.
Yeah, because it's just a little pop. It's nothing really special.
The ceiling is pretty good. That was a really good pass by Kronovi.
You can get a lot of like direct passing through the ceiling as well. Like if he didn't hit the ceiling there and it still beat Panda, it would have just been floating.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have given JNaps like an actual shot on target.
And that can happen like closer to the net as well. That was pretty far away midfield that Kronovi hit it, but you could do that anywhere. Even like a back pass. I never see ceiling back passes, but they're actually pretty good. Just boom the ball right into your own ceiling. And then your goalie's like, oh, thank you. That's actually really easy to read. It just comes off and takes the ball.
Yeah, then you
floater.
can also get the power, because like if it goes off the ceiling, it's going to bounce high up again once it hits the floor.
Yeah.
So you can carry that with the clear.
Alright, that's actually a good pass by Turbo. Kronovi trying to pretty much do what Gale Force are doing. He's trying to intercept the pass with a contest. Rather, they're trying to contest everything. And I've heard Rizzo say before that he likes when he's playing twos. I don't know if he does it in threes as well so much, because he's a bit more defensive in threes. But he likes to contest every pass when he's playing twos. He just wants to never have a pass uncontested. Oh, game sound, rip.
At LAN, this was so awkward, because like the audio just cut out and we could only hear the casters. And they were just like having a conversation.
It's a bit weird, yeah. That's why I want to put the audio on here, or just a little bit of background. I'm not listening to what's being said at all, but it's still like a little bit better. Sometimes you hear something creep through when Shogun goes hyper.
I love Shogun.
Yeah, Shogun's great. That's from what I heard. I don't think he's doing E-League though, unfortunately.
No.
Pretty gutted. But what is your mindset then? You said that reverse sweeping is really hard. You're facing the mountain. Kronovi, the mountain, is literally looking up a mountain right now, or he was at the start of this series. So what is the mindset?
I mean, you never want to go into game 3 knowing if you lose again, you're gonna get 3-0'd, because that's like just the thought of that is demoralizing.
Yeah.
Like losing at LAN sucks, but like if it's a good game, it's like kind of just, you know, what are you gonna do? You came there to give people like good Rocket League, and that's what you did. But if you get 3-0'd, it's like holy shit, like we actually just didn't do anything that series. So I think right now G2's mindset is I don't want to get 3-0'd at all, and winning this game is the most important thing right now. But they're already down 2-0, so they're just super nervous.
Oh. And yeah, Kronovi is starting off really well. I think what Kronovi did this game is from what I could see, is he just played faster. And he is, not that he's a slow player, but even pro players can push themselves out of their comfort zone just by trying to, you know, read something a little bit earlier than you're fully comfortable doing, or trying to, you know, go for a ball a little bit higher than you're expecting to hit it. And what would you say about that? Like, if you're up against a team like Gale Force that you know, or Cloud9 or Method, whoever, who you know is going to play so quickly, and if you don't step up your own game, they're going to just beat you to the ball. Is it feasible to be like, I'm just going to go fast?
You're either going to play really, really fast and try and beat them to balls, or you're going to play super defensive. And obviously, the faster you play, and if you can actually beat them to balls, you're, you know, more prone to win. Yeah. Because you don't want to be on defense the entire time. So I think that's just what Kronovi's doing. He said, look, I got to, you know, start carrying and just actually hitting balls faster.
Yeah. Because then whiffs creep in a bit more. I've seen a few whiffs from Kronovi, but he started off the game making some really good wins. Like he beat Panda to the ball in the air. That's why they got a pretty sick goal from JNaps. And then he whiffs later on. And I think those two things are exactly for the same reason. He's just going faster. He's just playing a little bit out of his comfort zone. He's trying to force himself.
I honestly think that's
quick.
A little bit. That's good though.
Yeah, I look at it. I'm like, yeah, at least he's going fast. It's better to go fast.
Well, you can scare people with whiffs.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just get up quick.
I think that's
because then they're maybe not going to go up for it.
Well, it makes the other team rush as well. Like if you're really speedy and you're about to hit the ball, even if you miss, the other opponent is trying to beat you, so he's just going as fast as possible as well. He's not going to get as good a touch.
Or what about if the accidental whiff is like a chain whiff? It like starts off the massive domino effect of whiffs, where one guy whiffs it and then the other guy who goes up for the ball.
So awkward.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, my opponent went up really quick for this. I better go for a block. Oh, he missed. No, I've missed as well. And then it happens again.
And the third guy missed.
Yeah, the third guy's like, oh no, I've got to go for it. And he wasn't ready, and he goes up a little bit quick.
Champ won.
Yeah, it looks like Platinum games, Cardboard Division 5. It's very interesting, the chain whiffs, and people are like, I hear a lot of casters who are just like, oh my goodness, what are we seeing here? They're trying to like forget about it. They're like, oh no, let's hopefully something good will happen so that I can forget about all these whiffs. But
yeah,
you want to talk about it. You want to be like, wow, these guys are actually playing. The first guy is playing so fast that he's made his opponent panic, and then they both missed, and then his teammate was expecting somebody to hit it.
Yeah,
wasn't ready to go. He panicked as well. Like there's analysis you can do there. I've heard casters say, oh, if teams are just playing bad, you can't analyze that. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. In fact, you could probably say more about the misplays, in my opinion.
I think it's more often than not that the two people who are challenging both are going for blocks, and then they whiff, and then the next two people do the exact same thing. Like I don't think it's everybody's just missing because they're bad. I think it's everybody's just going for the defense.
Yeah, they're going for blocks. They're going for the safe play.
Yeah.
There's definitely stuff you can say about it. Like I was impressed by Kronovi that game, the last game, even though he missed a couple of times. He played a confident game, got probably the best goal of the series so far, with that sick pass to JNaps. Honestly, like,
that was a really good pass from JNaps.
Do you think they're back? Do you think their mindset at this point would be like, okay, we're back in this?
Yeah, 100%. Because like, if you win that third game, then it's, I don't know, it's no longer like you're climbing a mountain. It's just like you kind of like, because you can view the score right now as they won the first game and then you won the second one.
Yeah.
And then they won the third one. So technically you could view it as you're still in it. You're not just trying to get the reverse sweep.
Yeah.
That's what I've always thought, at least.
Mm-hmm. It's just important to get your foot in the door.
Yeah, that's all that matters, really.
Good. Oh, the bump!
Oh,
are you serious, Jay?
I remember that. That was nutty.
Rizzo with this huge bump. He just pull shot turbo into a kid up.
God.
That was so good. I think Rizzo, no, the double touch that Rizzo went for, he didn't have enough boost, and his first touch kind of made it that he needed lots of boost to hit the rebound, and he didn't have enough. But that's what it looked like to me, at least. And of course, the G2 fans with their very creative chants. What are you? Were you one of those G2 fans chanting right now?
I mean, you have to be, dude. I'm a sub. What do you mean?
Yeah, of course.
I was shirtless in the middle with G2.
You started the chant.
Yeah. Yeah.
G on one of your nipples, 2 on the other.
Oh, you already know.
And I want the longevity of the chants needs to be more there. It kind of like they show up for a little bit and then they disappear. Oh dear. Oh no.
Feels bad.
Feels really bad, man. It was JNaps as well, right? I'm pretty sure it was JNaps. That is JNaps. But it's okay. It's JNaps, so never gonna get picked up on by anybody. He's allowed to do that.
JNaps might have whiffed, but his teammates, you know, he carried earlier. His teammates obviously just holding him down.
Yeah, when really Rizzo and Kronovi are stepping up here. Rizzo and Kronovi, I know a lot of people in the comments on my last G2 review were like, wow, Johnny just hates Rizzo and Kronovi. And it's just because everybody on G2 played bad against Chiefs. They really didn't have a good series. But Rizzo and Kronovi stepped up in this series. They both actually played pretty well.
I mean, I don't think JNaps is lacking either. I think they're all just playing solid.
He's just, everybody's had a couple of misplays, but I definitely don't hate Rizzo and Kronovi. I don't think that they should be replaced. Unless you replace them by Turtle, of course.
Oh, yes.
Then
I'd just get the writing into a tattoo on my chest.
Is this Shogun doing some color casting right now? He is absolutely color casting as the play-by-play.
What is color casting?
He's doing some live analysis as the play-by-play caster.
Is that good? What do you think?
I think it's good. I mean, me and Shogun do that all the time in Gfinity. We'll just bounce ideas off each other. We don't really have as much fixed roles in casting as other.
I like listening to that better because it's like you don't know who's gonna talk. Like whenever the analyst is just the analyst, then every time somebody scores a goal, I know who's gonna talk.
Yeah, I don't do that. Like, or me and Shogun don't do that. We don't have like one of us who talks over the actual goal, and then the other one comes in. We just bounce off each other, just have a conversation. That's the most fun casting for me, at least, or the most fun style for me. So you don't have to think about it. You're just chatting. You're just having a good time.
Right.
Chilling out, watching some Rocket League. That's a good touch by JNaps. He jumped, scared off Panda, and then he managed to pull out of his aerial to not give the ball away. But K-Dot, man, he just booms it.
That's such a
Holy. Why is every K-Dot shot top corner? It's so annoying. If you ever play against him, in like ranked even, he's still sweating. He never stops sweating. Every shot is top corner for K-Dot. All day.
I don't think K-Dop has like a non-serious face.
No, he's just always booming it. Top corner.
He's always wearing the Michael Jordan hat.
Yeah. K-Dop is easily the best player in the world by far. I wouldn't say easily by far, but he's certainly in the conversation.
I agree.
Like G2 are looking for each other in defense. Like the more times you pass the ball in defense, the harder it is for the offense to know where they should be to try and,
Yeah, and where the actual clears can happen.
Yeah, just keep on hitting around. Oh, did JNaps not have a boost or something? No, he did. What is this? Oh, good idea, but not quite there.
A little bit behind JNaps, yeah.
Oh, Rizzo. Oh, I remember this. So unlucky.
Oh my god.
This was so unlucky by Rizzo.
Why does that always happen to Rizzo? Remember in the league play one? Did you see that where he shot it and it bounced before it went in?
Oh, yeah. This is so unfortunate. This is like over zero version 2.
Holy.
Panda. I
think over zeros went in, but this one didn't.
Yeah. I think like K-Dop did a pretty good job stopping. Like we have to also give some credit to Turbo rather for saving this. Because Rizzo did such a good job here. Turbo got a good enough hit to just keep it out. That's so crazy. The crowd must have gone wild.
I just been pissed that nobody was there. Yeah. To like finish it like right away. I mean, how can you be? And how can you predict that?
True.
But still.
How wild were the crowd when that, or how crazy did they go? Like when that happens multiple times in a row.
Everybody was so hyped.
Yeah.
But then it missed and they didn't get the goal. Because like when you see the ball on the line like that, you just 100% think it's gonna get scored.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it got cleared, everybody's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, that was pretty much me when Chiefs beat Cloud9. Like the unbiased analysis here from Turtle. It's the sigh. He already knows this is a loss.
I'm pissed.
Still disappointing. I'm pretty sure that Rizzo's goal not going in makes that goal even more frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that Rizzo goal was like their peak.
That was the turning point. If that went in, they might win the series off that.
100%.
They might just win the series off that. 'Cause remember, Overzero's goal was to take it to game 5. Rizzo's goal would have taken it to like tie game. It's kind of a similar situation. It's just a huge turning point, but you still have to keep playing afterwards.
Right.
Huge momentum.
That'd have been so awesome to see 2 like Overzero goals like in the RLCS Z2.
Yeah, I think Rizzo's was like, honestly, that would have been probably better. I think that was like.
I agree, because you had to read the opponent. Yeah,
it was off target, and he like brought it back on. They're still going for it. I like the G2 were passing the ball a lot. Like as the series developed, they started passing so much more than in game 1. They were just booming it.
G2 were playing well.
Yeah, they played well this series. After I know game 1 was a bit of a mess, but beyond that, they played pretty good. And it was like looking pretty promising moving forward just because of that alone. What would that put them into? I've got to take a quick look at the bracket. That meant that they were down, waiting for the winner of Mocket Pale Horse.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I predicted, Mocket or G2, but if I tweeted out that Mocket were going to win, I really didn't believe that. I definitely didn't believe that. I was probably just trying to trigger some fans.
Oh my! Good thing Johnny's out here to annoy all the fans possible.
It's so funny. Have you ever done that? Just like tweeted out that you think G2
creator.
I mean, you can't do it, but or maybe you could. Have you ever tweeted out that you think G2 are going to lose a series? You just get people be like,
I can't. I don't think I can do that.
This is why you're not on the analyst desk. Oh,
this is why you're not starting.
So biased towards EU. How dare you? How dare you think that a very good world-class team will beat G2? Right. Everybody wants to get some tie analysis all the time. What do you think about this? This setup that we got
tie
here.
Analysis?
Yeah, we're gonna rate these.
Oh, okay, I feel.
Right, so we got Shogun versus Quinn.
I'm always a fan of like just plain ties. I've never been a fan of like flashy ties.
I'm with you.
So I'm gonna have
on that one. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on the tie there. I think, but
I like Quinn's enthusiasm with the undershirt though. You know the like kind of polka dotted whatever pattern that is.
Yeah, what is it? It's like camouflage or something.
A little bit risky, but it goes together.
Yeah, and we've got like, I don't know what that badge is from Shogun. Like, is it the British? I'm pretty sure it's the British Remembrance Day badge.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Because Remembrance Day was possibly this weekend, which that's pretty smart by Shogun. Good touch. Tie could maybe be a little bit tighter at the top. Like the shape of Quinn's tie definitely has him beat. Yeah. But obviously, I'm kind of with you. I don't know. I think Quinn wins the tie. Neither of them have a dimple. Obviously, that's a bit unfortunate. Tie clips are on point though, so not bad there.
I agree.
Shogun's got a pocket square which doesn't match the color of his tie. I like that. That's stylish.
Oh, you like that?
Oh yeah, I like that. It's a bit like bland when the pocket square is the same color as the tie. I know. I saw a couple of people saying that they don't like Quinn's shirt. I think Quinn's shirt's good. I like it. But Shogun,
I like the boldness of it.
Yeah, Shogun's got him beat on the suit and the pocket square, and Quinn wins the shirt and tie. So it's kind of 50-50 here. But I think Shogun dominates.
The tie structure, though, you gotta talk about the color. I think Shogun wins that.
You think Shogun wins that? Yeah, I think overall Shogun wins because he dominates the suit and the what do you call it? Pocket square. Because Quinn didn't even have a pocket square. So
right.
I would give this.
I think that would have helped complete it.
Yeah.
The pocket square would have been nice.
But yeah, we do have obviously. Oh wait, we got more. Let's see. Wait, what have I done here?
What? So what color pocket square would you have Quinn use then? That's
the question. I don't know, like
what are you feeling?
Something like one of the colors, because this tie has 2 colors, so you can pick one of them. You know.
Right.
Big.
But you like not the same shade.
An off shade is pretty smart as well. I like that. What does Shogun have under his suit? He's wearing a 3-piece suit, so that's like the third piece. Right, what do we got?
Vest.
Golden Boy just looking so dapper. He didn't iron his pocket though. That's unfortunate. Turbo Pulsa though dominates every fashion contest. It has to be said.
Turbo Pulsa is my dad, bro.
Hands in pockets. He's feeling pretty good. Pretty sure he roasted Ghost in this interview, and everybody's like, "Whoa, Turbo's so toxic." But I really like that. He's coming out confident that he said he's going to smash that.
Let's hear it.
victory over Chiefs?
Yeah, I feel really, really good coming to this game. We've been practicing really hard. We've been doing well in scrims, and G2 is nothing without JNaps, and he wasn't doing.
Oh no! He just started a world war on Twitter as soon as he said that. Holy shit!
It's so funny. You can see him smiling. Look at his face here. He's just like, he knows exactly what he's done. He's like,
he can you can see the flames starting in his eyes as soon as he said that.
A little hot in here. Okay. Well, look. Here's
Even
the chat, the crowd is pissed.
Yeah, they're like starting to throw fruit at him.
Had a pretty solid
really
showing.
Can you imagine?
Probably not. Oh, it's
throw
frozen.
Tomatoes.
So had a pretty solid showing, but one thing I saw, without a doubt, from you guys was you were so on top of them. You were starving them out with the boost, not letting them get out of their side.
This is true.
And did you know that going into it, based off what
Golden
you saw,
Boy's been doing his homework,
that you'd be able to do that, or was it just your game plan always coming into this match against G2?
It's always their game plan.
I don't really know. Like, they stole our boosts, like equal amount we did. So,
He's like, listen, we didn't steal, or we weren't the only team stealing here. They're stealing as well. It's like, teacher, no, he hit me first. What is this?
I like how Turbo's like offended over.
Yeah, he's like, no, they stole from us also.
He's like, look, we didn't win just because we had boost, all right?
Apparently it worked fine.
Apparently it worked.
Hold on. Where's the question?
How you think this team's gonna do moving forward here? Do you think that this is gonna?
I hope so.
Oh, is this? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Wait.
We're gonna smash Ghost.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh no.
This is gonna be that second championship win for you.
I hope so. I'm definitely gonna smash Ghost. That's for sure.
I hope so.
See, I love Turbo's gone into this interview and he already decided that he's going to say that. Golden Boy's question is nothing to do with Ghost. Turbo just brings it up anyway. That's so good. Like I think Turbo played this interview so well.
Look at that smile that you're paused on right now. Do you see that?
Turbo played this perfectly. Like, what are Ghosts supposed to do against this? There's nothing they can do. There's absolutely nothing they can do.
That is.
No, this is like series over right now. This is 3-0 with this smile.
God.
This says to me 3-0 GFE. Easy.
This says to me I'm winning the entire LAN.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He played this interview perfectly. It was insane. Like, there's nothing anybody could have done to stop this. Golden Boy, like, kind of gave the vibe that the interview was coming to an end, and Turbo's like, oh, hold up, you didn't ask me about Ghost yet. I guess I'm just going to drop it right now. And then he just hits him with the bomb.
Be that second championship win for you?
I hope so. I'm definitely gonna smash Ghost.
There's nothing to do with the question.
Literally just brings it up.
All right, okay,
that's
interesting.
interesting.
It's getting a little hot over here. Turbo, thank you so much. I love this guy. Guys, give it up. Seriously.
Look at Pan in the back. He's like, did he really just say that?
Spicy banter. Gotta love it. Let's go ahead and send it over
so
to
good, though.
Toss.
Exactly what we need. Get some more beef in Rocket League. I'm hungry. And then it's like I don't know, if you go to like a family wedding and you go in and you see the ushers, this is what I see here. These guys, they're all just the ushers at the wedding, pretty much. They look so similar. I think Gibbs wins here because he's got the white tie. It's like a little bit less basic. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's a little bit flashier. James and Lawler look the same.
Yeah, like they've got tiny little differences, but did they all get dressed by their mom, the same mom today? Is that Pluto in the background? No, it's not. I thought it was Pluto in the background. Titanium white tie. It's got the titanium white tie. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all. We've done the tie analysis here. There's a titanium white tie from Gibbs. I've got to get me one of those. It's worth more.
No, I'm digging that.
It's worth more keys. Yeah, now you guys can see the sync video. Did anybody get in here? Nobody got in. I accidentally showed the sync video halfway through the stream, but nobody got in. But before I forget, I did say that I would answer C Savage's questions. He said, good analysis is nice for the hardcore RLCS fans, but there aren't any but these, I hate how Twitch does it, or the Streamlabs does this. It splits up words over two lines. But these aren't the viewers that need to be won over for Rocket League Esports to grow. They are already going to tune in. Casting choices are, C Savage split this over two donations because he knew that Brian would run out of breath. Like that happens. There's a limit on how much Brian will say, so he split it out. Thanks, C Savage.
What a legend.
Casting choices are or should be done to attract new fans, and having smooth casting helps that more than good analysis from people who are awkward in front of camera, like Karma and Espion. That's his thoughts. So he's not a fan of the pro player,
the hardcore
analysis.
Yeah.
Although, like, I think
you need that though. Like, I'm not saying everybody on the desk should be like a pro player and analyze everything. I'm just saying, like, it gets annoying listening to the same thing over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need a blend, and you're absolutely right. I completely agree. I do think that the what do you call it? RLCS is at least league play, less so LAN, because they are getting some more personalities on there in the desk, and it's a bit more interesting because Golden Boy's there as well, and you get to talk to players. It's, more people to talk to. It's more engaging. You hear new people's opinions. It's more personality. Like, more is better. But then if you go to their league play, I don't know. Whenever it goes to a break or between series, I'm just like never watching that these days. Personally, it's just too much. Too much Rocket League content to consume for a start. There's just so much that I can't possibly watch for. So how long is a broadcast? 6 hours? I don't know. It's a long time to be watching Rocket League. So every time it goes from.
I mean, as somebody who's new to the esport, though, I'm sure that they'd like all of it. To be honest,
maybe
the more the better.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure there's different opinions. That's just mine, though. What do you think about the break? You said it's interesting to get more variety.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't like I wasn't saying like I think everybody should be a pro player on the desk. And I think they also want more, like they want that. Like, I'm not just trying to roast them saying they're like only doing like these analysts and stuff like that, people who haven't technically been playing at LAN. Yeah. But I think they want a player or like a couple of people, just like more input, which is nice. Yeah. And I think it just needs it. It needs that like higher level, higher thinking person just to be on the desk, like that one or two dudes just be there.
People who have respected opinions. Really nice. The thing about pro players is when they talk, people are going to be like, oh, he probably knows what he's talking about here. They're just going to automatically respect his opinion, even if he is making it up, because let's be honest, you have to make up an answer every once in a while. You're just like, okay, I don't really know what I got asked here, or I don't really have an opinion on this like topic. Like, you heard Turbo do that with Golden Boy. Golden Boy asked him about his boost starving. He's like, I don't really know. That's how he started off. He says, I don't really know, to be honest. And that's fine, because people are still interested in what he has to say because they respect his opinion. But
I mean, he just won.
Whether like it's the analyst in Rocket League fault there, or whether it's just because the fact that they weren't a pro player and people are just going to refuse to respect them for that reason. There's some analysts in Rocket League who are just not respected, full stop. And I think that's like, it's almost like a meme. You can't escape it. After people start thinking that, it's over. You're never coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
You're never coming back, because people are, whether it's a meme or whether it's the facts, people are going to think it's the facts.
Yep. Ripper.
So the turtle for analyst. You didn't do an analyst test segment this time, though.
I wanted to. I asked about going on the desk, but like.
Yeah, because you came to mind when I was thinking of people to get. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. I was just thinking about doing broad reviews. I was like, I want to make a difference somehow. I was like, oh, bam, I'll just get pro players, because they're, everybody's getting to that point in their Rocket League careers, so they want to start branching out with their content,
right? Their
brand.
Yeah. I wanted to be on the desk, but I think Jacob like swooped my spot, so I was like, well.
Wonder why they didn't just.
Which I understand. Yeah, I mean,
they're a bit strict sometimes. They're like, okay.
I asked them on Friday. I'm guessing I could have asked earlier, but I mean, to be fair, I got there Thursday night. I didn't even know they were doing on desk analysts, like stuff like that. So. How did that matter? Anything? I mean, shit happens. Yeah. It makes more sense to have a player who lost and was actually playing than me, obviously. True. So I don't disagree with that.
I actually said at season 1, I remember I was talking to J-Del and Golden Boy. I was like, we should totally get like Jacob on the analyst desk. I said that in season 1. People are probably asking, they're thinking I'm walking about like saying, hey, let me go on. But I didn't actually. I was asking, let's get Jacob on, because I knew they wouldn't want to get me on. Like, it's just too. Right. It would just be too controversial, because they're like, wait. So then other casters would be like, if I just show up with a suit, can I go on? Whoa. But I think by the time we got to season 2, it was a little bit less. That was a little bit less likely to happen, because I'd kind of blown up. But season 1, I was not a big streamer at all. I was just some dude. Still am, really, just some dude. Or at least, I know I've gone through the phases. Had the fame, crashed back down to earth when it all collapsed in flames.
What do you mean? I remember watching Johnny Boy after season 1 LAN, dude. I was hyped. I was like, let's see this dude roast me on stream.
It's all it was just like, if you look back at all those VODs, my chat is, because I had a lot less people watching back then, so it was pretty much like 50% pro players in my chat, which was pretty cool, because everybody's like actually having a knowledgeable discussion. These days they're just spamming memes. All you guys in chat right now, they're just all memeing. That's their job now. They're just spamming memes. Although I do get some cracking Reddit analysts and Twitter analysts and YouTube comment analysts these days who just oh my goodness, the stuff that people come up with. I'm like, what are they talking about? They're like, they try to understand everything. I don't know why. I'm just like, mate. They're like, why aren't you at this LAN? Is it because of this reason? I'm like, no, it's because I'm gonna be at this other place instead. Why are you trying to? Why are you trying to?
So what are you doing with casting? Are you
GFE
popping off and going? Ooh.
Yeah, GFE in London. Do you know about that? It's a terrible time for you. I don't think you would ever be awake in time. It's finished by like 2 in the afternoon our time, which is like
really
5 in the morning for you. Yeah,
that's when I'm waking up for school. Yeah.
You actually get up that early? Wow.
Like, it depends because I have to drive a while to get to school, like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Annoying.
That's interesting.
It's like usually 5:30 or 6.
But yeah, GFE is a pretty good gig because I only have to fly for 1 hour to get there. I'm like, flying to America is a little bit bigger.
God. I hated flying to Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, so that's why GFE is pretty cool. And GFE is a really good company to work with as well. I kind of just hope, like I'm really just hoping that whenever Psyonix is, like whatever contract they have with whatever production company in the US, whenever that's over and they want to change change scene and move to Europe, because I think they will move League play to Europe at some point, and they'll make NA League play just like it is in League Legends, and the players will be there. But it would be pretty awesome if they just gave it to Gfinity, just contracted to Gfinity, which is what League Legends did at the start when they did it with ESL. They just contracted EU to ESL before they had their own studio.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I think League play like LAN would be dope. Like no crowds, just there in person playing like PCs. That'd be so dope.
Yeah. Well, if you should check out like one of the VODs of Gfinity and see what they do, because it's pretty cool. Like the players get a lot of time on camera. The crowd are a lot more integrated.
I've seen the interviews on Twitter, like the ball pit one.
Oh yeah, that wasn't live. That was obviously just like midweek. It's pretty funny though. They do a lot of additional content like that, because you can do that if all the players are in one place. You just grab them, make some content, and it's way better than another analyst desk segment. You know what I mean? Like, would you rather see like the same guys talk again, or would you rather see Metsonoris and Nielskog in a ball pit?
And players, yeah,
it's hilarious. So that stuff happens all the time, every show. That's what RLCS needs, I think. Just like learn from Gfinity production. Yeah, it's top-notch production quality, and it's so easy to work with those guys. No stress at all. It's just like chilling.
The player spotlights were nice at the interviews they did.
Oh yeah, they were good. They were good.
Step in the right direction.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm actually not going to be streaming much longer because I don't know, pretty tired today. I like couldn't sleep last night. It's one of those nights where you go to bed, can't sleep, and then the fact that you can't sleep makes it harder to sleep. Well, this is really fun.
And you're just gonna stay up even,
I'm just like,
even longer.
Well then, I guess I'm just chilling now. But yeah, I'll be doing more of these to everybody who likes reviews. If everybody likes Turtle so much, maybe we'll get him back on. Start paying him a salary.
I doubt that's the case, but
nah, they're gonna love you, man. They're gonna love you just as much as I love that incredible shot I just hit. I'm amazing. I'm going pro.
Oh, please do.
But yeah, I'm gonna look for somebody to host after running some sellout adverts, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna stream every day this week, and I'm gonna mute. Like while ads are running, everything's gonna be muted. So Turtle can be, racist or something if he wants to. Nobody will know.
What? Are you serious?
I said if you want to.
I'm getting exposed right now.
He doesn't want to though. Don't worry.
No, I don't. Unfortunately.
Silent171, thanks for the Prime sub, by the way. Appreciate you. And Newage for the 3. I already said that, but welcome back. All right.
Hello?
If anybody wants to stick around for a host, that'll be in 3 minutes. If not, see you next time.